So you can't care what people think about you. I mean, you just can't care. I mean, you make a decision like Bob always says, and then you figure out how to get there, and then you go. I mean, really quick, you know, Josh Noel back there, he hit platinum this month, then he hit star platinum the next month, then he hit executive the next month, and this month he's on track to go star executive. I mean, just blowing past the ranks, and he's 22, he's my roommate, and he was busting tables at Outback Steakhouse. I come home, he says, you're an idiot, it's a pyramid scheme. Okay, and now he got all excited about it, and he's going to graduate in the fall making $100,000 a year. So going back to that, yeah, you get rejected, but you just can't care about it, and you just keep going and going and going. Like the statistics say, 3% of America owns 97% of all the money. So those numbers tell me and everyone in here is that most of our moms, most of our dads, all the teachers and all the professors, most of our friends literally have no idea how to make money. Because if they were making money, they'd be doing it. Because it's not hard to make money. Okay, you just have to surround yourself with people who know what they're doing, people who know where they're going, and just follow in their footsteps. I talk to Tom Alcazan every single day. He's my biggest mentor, obviously. Brad's like my big brother. And I just do what they do, guys. And I tell my people, if you say what they say and do what they do, guess what? You're going to get what they have every single time. And it's simple as that.
Hey, Luke, you're close to, I was looking at the numbers, you're close to
Meetings a day with 40 people at each meeting. Like a lot of people. And that's just something I never, you know, no offense to anyone, I couldn't get it going with adults. That's just something that's normal with college students. I mean, showing up to a home event with adults and there's 5 people there, that was a successful turnout. You know, to get 5 there, you invite 10, get the commitments, and at least half show, and the whole, I mean, I could go on and on about that, but who were we talking about? We were talking, Brad Wayman was talking about, or no, I think it was Mark, when people go to home office, they were testing the Bold product. 5 were supposed to show up and 50 show up. It's excitement. They want to be a part of it. They want to check it out. And I think the biggest thing, you guys, for you to really capture this, a lot of things need to happen, but I think fundamentally, you got to be studying the business, how it works from front to back, because when you get a group, they're not going to be entertained with your pace. You got to know there's no gray areas. So I'm happy you're here. Figure out when someone gets on board to the sequence of a home event or whatever you're putting these people into, because when you get a stud, they run. And you cannot be doing, hey, next Tuesday at 12 o'clock, boring. Boring. So boring. They don't want to do that. They want to go now. They have the apps. They got the instant everything. They want to go. And so if you... Here's the reality, and I think, I'll say it, whatever, I'm not the CEO, I'll be the, I mean, I talk to people.
Yeah.
I talk to people, and I'm just trying to be honest, I talk to people, and I don't have kids, and Shawnee and our lives are pretty basic, so I'm able to grind on this pretty hard right now. But you got to look at your situation, whatever that is, and how much time you have, and you got to realize that either you're going to make excuses or you're going to make this happen with colleges. So whatever that means to you guys, figure it out. But you know, I've been sleeping less. I don't care. I'll sleep later when I'm having a lot of money coming in. But that's the facts. You guys have to know what's going on, so when you get that group, you're able to go, hey, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, this needs to happen. And that's why I'm so glad to be a part of Vemma, because I've learned so much about just self-development and things like that. And I think we just should give a round of applause to Bob Proctor, who's sitting in the back. That guy's changed my life, changed Brad's. Hard to clap at the microphone. I'll wrap it up.
And maybe I can touch on that, because Luke made up a good point. You know, he's making the point that young people are going to get excited. They try a verb, they like the taste. I mean, we all know people like the taste, they like how they feel. You know, in part 2, what he's saying is you got to know exactly what to say or do to get this kid started. And the things that we focus on, a couple things. Number 1 is we really just dive right into making a list. Because I tell the young people, I'm like, okay, hey, talk to 5 people. 1 won't like it, won't spend the money on it, and 1's going to think it's some scam or something. So the 2 people you do get on board won't turn into 100. And so we focus on creating a list to explain to that young guy that you got to sort through more of your friends. Dude, you got a Facebook with like 400 friends and a phone book of 350. So use that. Funnel your social net. Funnel your network into this. And I think when you focus on a young person to actually sit down and make a list, number one, then we really focus on the part of inviting. Because what you'll find is that we do a good job of inviting young people to an event. And when you invite the right way, my dad says it's the key to the vault. You'll get kids to show up. So if you have a list, you invite the right way, and they show up. And if you tell the story, we raise their belief. If they take action, these kids, what he's saying, won't sleep. They'll do it over and over. I mean, he did a home event last night at like 10:30 because that's the hours that kids are up. What do you think about it? Young guys are on Facebook, or young ladies are on Facebook at 10, 11, 12 at night when my dad's dead cold asleep. Sorry, that's the truth. And that's my point is, we've kind of had to mold. Again, I go back to Bob because Bob helped change the paradigm for me, which is, again, why I'm telling you guys, step up and make that change. But when you change the paradigm, I had to change my story. I had to change, kind of the style of what I was doing. And you're right. He was the catalyst. He was the first example of a young person immersed in a school. His school has 60,000 kids.